Hi, everybody.
Hi, Slavi.
Yes, it's very nice you to join my first hangout forever. And I'm just so happy that you are here and so looking forward to hear everybody's point of view and the topics we are all going to talk about. I want to introduce each of you. First, Krista. Hi, Krista.
Hi, Slavi. Thank you for inviting me to be part of this hangout.
Yes, what are you going to talk about today?
Today, I'm going to talk about malachite.
Malachite, such a great stone. Hmm? Okay, the next is Caroline Jalango. She's a very dear friend of mine and my Christo sister. Hi, Caroline.
Hi!
Yes, wow, such a beautiful Malachite deck. What are you going to talk about?
I'm going to be talking about this baby. You see, it has a C on it. Caroline, yes, I'll be talking
Yes,
about that.
wonderful, wonderful. I just can't wait to hear your point of view. Hi, Indigo.
Hello, how you doing, Slavi?
Hi,
Oh, that's
I'm
great.
fine. What are you going to talk about today?
I'm going to talk about crystal elixir.
Mr.
Some of
Elixirs.
the things that I've discovered new about it.
Yes.
I'd let everybody in on it. Did I fool you, Caroline?
I'm surprised. I'm happy to see you. Yay!
I
Uh,
can't wait to hear about this too. The next guest is Kerri. Hi, Kerri.
Hi.
Very sweet cat beside you.
Yes. And
Yes,
Look.
yes.
Max.
What are you going to talk about today?
I am going to talk about apophyllite.
Apophyllite.
Oh,
Such a great crystal, and I'm very interested to hear your point of view about this. Okay, the next guest is Sharon and Hashauna Richardson. Hi, sweethearts.
hello,
Hi, nice
Slavi.
to have you here. What are you going to talk about?
Well, today I'm going to talk about lapis lazuli.
And I'm going to talk
Yeah.
about hematite.
Great. So I can't wait to hear you all about that. Now I'm starting the first part of the hangout, which is going to be topics aside from the Malachite. So the first part, I will have Kerri to speak about apophyllite. You go, Kerri.
All right.
Hi.
Well, I wanted to talk about it because it is one of the crystals that I really had a good experience with. It's apophyllite, but it's also, you see the little pink part right there? There's a little pink section. That's called stilbite.
Oh,
And the stilbite is, it holds a loving vibration. And it's the, can you see the little pink
Yeah.
inside?
oh,
There's
it's,
little
I see
pink.
little dark like dots around it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see a little pink now. I do see it. Yeah.
I've
The little
seen-
pink point. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'll share the properties of it and uses, and then I'll share why I chose it. It's a high vibrational stone that raises your spirit and your connection to guides and angels. It emits energy in all directions. So it's really great for grids. It's great for meditation, or to just have in the home for calming and soothing. It relieves anxiety, depression. Let's see, I've written down some notes. If you want to stimulate the pineal gland, you can actually set it during meditation. And it's also good in that way if you're healing. If you're doing a crystal healing on someone and you want it specifically for that, you can also lay the stone on your patient. It relieves stress from tension, anxiety. It brings hope for the future. It aids in feeling calmer and happier. Also, it aids in Akashic records and past life recollection or recall, truth, angels, aura, and clarity. It comes from India mainly, but there are other countries that you can get it from. Greenland, Iceland, Norway, the Czech Republic, Italy, Germany, Brazil, Spain, Sharon,
Hey.
Canada, Australia, and Mexico. Now the little pink still bite is also used for guidance and psychic creativity and also spiritual travel. So this is also an astral travel crystal if you're trying to astrally project or travel. It's also really good for long distance healing. If you're a healer and you're doing this long distance online, it's good for sending long distance healing. And it's good for universal love.
Wow.
So what how I chose it, I knew nothing about it. It chose me. I was at a gem show and just saw it and fell in love with it and just had to have, and I don't like to say it, I like to say she because it's a her. And she was just so beautiful and I was so drawn to her, I had to have it. So I bought it not knowing anything about it, and then found out at the time what I was going through. I really needed her. I was going through a transition and I really needed this loving stone to help me, and the first time I held it I just started crying. And I actually texted or messaged Caroline and asked her, is that normal to hold a crystal and to just break down and cry? And so ever since then I've had this special connection with it, and when I go to do readings, she always wants to come with me. So I now bring her with me, and in knowing that it's a high vibrational stone and it calls in angelic frequencies, entities, energies, it all makes sense. If you just listen to your stones and don't put your mind into thinking why, just go with the feeling and the intuition, then you'll know later why. The answers will come to you if you just let it flow. So that's my story about my apophyllite, and I set it next to my bed, and she travels with me for readings because I started doing angel readings, angel tarot readings. So she travels with me during the readings.
Wow.
So that's
What a beautiful you, Kerri, made discussion about apophyllite. It definitely was very interesting to hear because I'm just right now getting into the angelic realm like more seriously. So it was very great to hear your point of view about apophyllite. Thank you, Kerri, so much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you.
Indigo, it's your turn.
Okay.
Guy, what you have to share with us about the crystal elixirs?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to, say it's a real honor to be part of this group. I really have a lot of appreciation for all of you. But anyhow, I have, been discovering things, looking around, and I found out that rejuvenated water is a big thing. It's something new. Has anybody heard of that? Anybody?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have.
They have using it, they found that our water is dead, and it doesn't have any of the life-giving nutrients in it anymore. So they've learned how to rejuvenate or revitalize water, and they use basically the same thing we do with crystal elixir. you know, they run water. They have geometric shapes that they hold the waters in and different things, but it's done with crystals, the crystals plus magnetic energy. And so this is what I've done. I've, you know, make the crystal elixirs and you know, infuse it with the magnetic energy. This is a magnet. You see it?
Wow.
It'll lift 95 pounds. You can get them at the hardware or whatever. But I just, you know, set my jar of elixir on top of it, and it infuses it with the magnetic energy. And I'll tell you, you can really taste it. You know, you can taste the energy a lot more than you can with regular elixir. And
Wow.
just, I don't know what it does, but it, you know, and they found that, you know, a lot of them in the revitalized water, they just use magnetism to revitalize it, and they don't even use the crystals. But the crystals, you know, are a big part of it to me, you know. And also I discovered shungite. Has anybody heard of shungite?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I haven't.
Yeah. No. It's to me, it's the best kept secret there is, you know, for, you know, it's some scientists were working with it, and it's found in Russia, Kalyria, Russia. And the scientists that were studying it got the Nobel Prize in chemistry for discovering its healing properties, you know. It's got these, what they call fullerenes in the shungite, and they're full of antioxidants and all kinds of healing energies. In Kalyria, Russia, they've been going there since the 1700s to be healed by this water that's infused with this shungite energy, you know. And a lot of things have been documented about it, but very, very healing. They say it'll cure just about any disease, and it's you know, very good for you.
How do you spell it?
Pardon? Shungite. But
Is it a crystal?
No, it's almost like coal. It's kind of has an oily feel to it a little bit, and
Oh.
Hmm.
So what do you do with it? Do you put it in the water?
Yep, I add it right to my crystal elixir. Add my, you know, put it in the bottom. I have just really, they're tiny pieces. They're actually chips that from the where they quarry it, and they're tiny pieces, and I put that in the bottom of my jug. I put a quarter of a pound in there, which is probably extreme, but I do everything kind of extreme, I guess.
You don't drink that. You sift it?
No, you wash it real good, you know, of course, and then you just put it in your jug for your crystal elixir, and then add your crystals in it, and, you know, set it on top of your magnet, and you got some good water. But it's, you know, it's just full of all kinds of, it kills bacteria. If you put shungite in water, it'll kill the bacteria within 3 hours. It'll kill anything that is harmful to the human body.
Where do you buy something like this? Where do you buy it?
I found it on the internet. I ordered it through Amazon. Yeah. But I'm not really happy with what I got. They showed me some big chunks like Christa had. That's what I was wanting to get. So I'll definitely order some more of it. But I plan on putting it in my dog's water and everything else, you know.
Does it dissolve in the water, or do you keep reusing it over and over?
Oh, it'll last. He said, I watched a video on it. He said it'll last for 6 months before it starts breaking down, losing its energy or whatever. But he had pieces like Christa has.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was very interesting to hear about this indigo. Very great discussion about the crystal elixir. Thank you so much for this experience to share, and bless you.
Okay.
Okay, the next is my beautiful soul sister Sharon and Hashauna. Hello, you both girls. You look so
Hello.
great today. So great you look today. What are you gonna share with us today?
You want to go first? No, you go first. Okay, Lapis Lazuli. Well, I have a special story for Lapis Lazuli. With Lapis Lazuli, well, Shauna got me into the stones, so I was in a really down time in my life, very, very down time in my life, and my husband had just left me. I had just lost my dad, and I don't know if you guys know, but my voice, what I do for a living, I sing. I'm a singer. This is what I do. So with the Lapis Lazuli, the Lazuli is great for the throat chakras, and it
The
helps
throat
me. Yeah, it's the throat chakras, right? How many throats do we have now? One. But anyway, I get nervous. You have to excuse me, but I get a little nervous. I need to hold it because it helps me a little. It gives me courage, courage, and it gives me wisdom, and it gives me the strength to speak in front of people or to sing in front of people. And my father was a singer. He sang like Nat King Cole, my dad, and he taught me how to sing. I wouldn't be able to sing without my dad in my life. We used to sing in church together, and he had just recently passed. And I also married somebody that was a professional singer as well. And at this point in my life, I lost both of them at the same time. Well, my husband, he left, and my father, he died, and at the same time. So my job is to sing, and sometimes I sing underneath the stars. Sometimes I'm on a big stage outside in the night, singing in front of thousands or hundreds of people, and I will have my Lapis Lazuli because it gives me strength and it gives me wisdom, as I am now holding it to try to give me strength to tell you how I feel right now. So, and sometimes when I'm holding it, it also attracts your guardian angels and it actually spirit guides, your guardian angels, my father. I always feel my father's around me. So sometimes when I'm holding it really tight in my hand, when I don't feel like singing, sometimes I'm just not into it, it gives me the strength to sing and to sing strong. And sometimes I'll look up into the sky as I'm singing, and I'll see the stars will actually blink at me as if he's winking down from heaven at me when I'm singing. It's like it attracts my spirit guides to me. And I can get through the song, and I can get through it strong, and it just helps me. This gives me a lot of wisdom, and a lot of courage, just a lot of strength. And I carry it everywhere that I go. It protects me. It protects me from depression because I've been through some crazy times. I've been really, I was really down. I was really depressed. And it's really, I take it and I meditate with it, and it just brings my spirits, just raises my spirits. And that's what I want to say about the Lapis Lazuli. This is my opinion of the Lapis Lazuli. It does protect you, and it does help you with depression and stress. I have to say that, really, it does. And it always brings my father close to me. I can feel him around me as I hold the stone. He's always with me. So that's what I have to say. I don't know.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Which is great story. I usually never been so much into Lapis Lazuli myself, and this was great to learn from Sharon more about this
Such a beautiful
stone.
stone. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like the sky.
Yes. Is it rough or is it polished? Oh.
It's polished. It's a polished
Polished.
stone, and it looks like the sky. It looks like you're looking up into the sky. And as I sing, I look up in the sky, and the stars, they twinkle at me. They wink at me. They literally wink at me. They're like, "Don't worry, we're here. You can get through this. You can get through this. Don't worry about it." So I just keeps getting me through whatever I'm getting through, whatever I'm going through. I've been through a lot. Going through it. I'm still going through it, I have to say, but It's okay. I got all my friends here with me. They're all in front of me. They're all here listening to you guys. All of my crystal beings are right here.
More than you.
I have more than her. And she's the one who got me into it. So.
Wow, great. Hashauna, you have to say something to us?
Yes.
Okay, open up yourself and spirit out. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on, we are your family. Open up.
Want me to hold you?
No, it's fine.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about hematite. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I really, really love this stone. It's one of my favorite stones because it's helped me through a lot. First of all, it really helps me. It helps ease my pains. For example, if I have a stomach ache, I just put it on top of my stomach and the pain just goes away. And in the past few days, I've been holding the hematite, for example, for a week, I would just work with the hematite and meditate with it, and it showed me what I really want to do in my life. It really inspires you, and it really motivates you to do what you really want to love, what you really love in life. And it really has very calm energy. Like when you hold it, it's very warm, and you can just feel the energy, and it's wonderful.
You should talk about this too. The hematite and the tiger iron.
Well, also there's the tiger iron. You guys see it?
Isn't this tiger iron, actually? It's,
yeah, you're the one who taught us that.
Yes, the combination of hematite and tiger iron make tiger iron.
Yes, this also is a great stone. What is it?
It's fantastic. It's tiger iron. It's a mixture of hematite and tiger eye together.
Cool.
And
Yes.
we saw it at a little fair that we have here, Mallorca, during the wintertime, during the Christmas season, and I just saw it there, sitting there, just shining, calling out to us, and we just had to get it. It just gives us so much strength.
It really helps you with your throat chakra.
It does.
It helps you talk better and everything.
So I carry this along with me as well. So I bought one for Shauna as well. So I mean, you want to hold it?
Yeah. Anyway, the hematite is a really great stone, and it's really wonderful, and it's one of my favorite stones. I carry it everywhere I go, actually, and it really gets rid of your pains, of your stomach aches and your headaches, and it really motivates you, and it teaches you a lot. So, and also, I have a hematite bracelet as well.
Yes.
And it keeps you very grounded. It keeps you very grounded, especially when you meditate with it. You just feel very grounded. And because
Wow.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Mine is cheap bracelet.
No, never cheap. Never.
Yes.
Oh, it's beautiful. What are you talking
That's
about?
beautiful.
That's nice, man.
It was double bracelet, but it the first just started because I just hooked it up on my door when I opened it. But since then, it haven't changed the energy which I feel with the hematite. But it's really helpful also for the high blood pressure for me, because when you wear hematite, it's balance your blood pressure, which is yes, for me at least, yeah.
I heard from somebody that somebody's trying to there's like fake hematites, like hematites that are too magnetic. That means they're not real or something like that. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
They're too magnetic?
Yeah, that's too magnetic.
Oh, I thought they were supposed to be magnetic.
Yeah, but the ones that are very strong, they're not real.
That's not real?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
They said if you scratch the surface of the hematite, it's red underneath, isn't it? It's red underneath. When you scratch it, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because it means it's the Greek word for blood, I believe.
Yeah, it's hema. Hema glow. Yeah.
So if you scratch the surface of it and you get deep enough, you can see like red.
You put a hole in it.
Like yeah.
Oh, that's a good way to tell.
That's still good. That's an excellent way to tell.
You can scratch it on porcelain, and then you'll see the red marking, and then that will tell you whether it's real or not. And then usually the real hematite is not magnetic. So if it's magnetic, then
Right.
Right. Just a little bit magnetic, not too much.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
We learned that from Caroline, you see. We're just repeating what we heard from Caroline.
Oh my
She's a great teacher.
God, thank you.
Well, girls, thank you so much for sharing your stories about Hematite, Lapis Lazuli, Tiger Iron, which was very great and very interesting to hear about. And I just take a note about Lapis Lazuli. I have to start to work more with this stone so I could really share my experience later with this. So thank you so much.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Well,
Yes, now on the second part of the Hangout, we are going to talk about malachite.
Okay, I got my
Yes, you girls, we show your malachite, Krista.
malachite.
Yes,
There
malachite.
you go.
Wonderful. But Caroline, your egg is much bigger than mine. I just received today this beautiful,
You go get
this beautiful egg I received of your egg is much bigger. So you win into this. So, okay, Caroline, you there?
yes.
Yes. So what you have to share about malachite and what you have to tell us.
This one, right?
No,
Okay.
it's
You
green.
know,
I don't have any.
Yeah, I bought.
let me show you my malachite.
Oh, look at that baby.
I'm rocking malachite today.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so I have my bracelets, I have my
What a
egg,
collection.
Goodness green.
and I have this beautiful piece that
Oh.
I love it so much. It's a wonderful girl I met on YouTube who lives in Japan. She sent this piece to me, and it's just, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So YouTubers are the best, and you make the best of friends, and I encourage it. Anyway, malachite was my first stone ever that taught me about healing. So today I'm just going to talk about it from a very personal perspective because it's the stone that really brought out the hidden things in my life. In the beginning, when my life was falling apart and I was learning about how to heal myself, I noticed most strongly that when I worked with malachite, I began to feel and notice the things that were happening in my life. And obviously, you know that green is the color of the heart chakra. And the heart chakra obviously controls things like love, compassion, forgiveness. But inside the heart, the things that make the heart broken most of the time is because we hold a lot of sorrow and grief and resentment and anger and fear and those negative emotions, grief and just all those tears that have been held within the heart that makes us feel heartbroken. So in my healing process in the beginning, when I started working with malachite, I started to notice that I was becoming very aware of those things in my life that were causing grief and sorrow. And because I was just down and out, I was so willing at that time for any tool and any crystal or whatever to help me in my life. So I started using malachite, and the way I used it, and why I always say that crystals are just not tools, but they're things or beings that are here to assist us in transformation, was because I realized that when these things come up in our lives, when we're aware of what the crystal is doing in our life, and when we pay attention to those things, and we work on those things, either by intention of flashing it out by ourselves, or by going through an energy healing experience, or by reaching out to someone, or by doing anything that is necessary to get rid of that thing that is causing a blockage in our heart chakra. If you're working with crystals in a way that helps to bring these things to light so you can eliminate the problem that is causing the pain, then you are really on a win-win path. So malachite was that crystal that helped to really bring those things in my life. So that's how I want to talk about it. And most of these malachite pieces, they're definitely green. And green, obviously, like I said, is the energy of the heart chakra, not the higher heart. The higher heart is pink, more pink. But first of all, you have to deal with the dark energies in your heart chakra and clear them out before most of the time you can reach your higher heart chakra, which is governed by the pink energy. And one thing I have to say before I forget, you know, most of these malachite pieces have green mostly, and then they have black on them. So for me, the black on the malachite represent the dense energies, the fear, the pain, the sorrow, the grief, the anger, the resentment, the unforgiveness, the bitterness, the rage. And it shows to me that the grief, when you start working with the malachite stone, it has the power to eliminate that greed, the darkness in your energy field. So the way I was using malachite was just to see how the green energy, the energy of life and health and vitality and the earth and of healing would eliminate that darkness inside my life. So that's how I approach the healing process with malachite. And you know, malachite also has a lot of copper in it, and that copper conducts electrical energies in our body. It helps to move these energies that are blocking us electrically. So it moves the energies and helps them come to the surface with only one intention, for us to recognize that these things are not serving us and to work on them and eliminate them. So malachite is truly a major healing stone. So if you're really, really serious about healing, if you're really serious about change, because malachite comes to bring change, it's a very gentle, it's not really gentle, it's a really persistent, tough love stone, because it forces you to make changes in your life. When you're working with this stone, you feel that thing coming up. You need to change something. You need to change something. You need to heal yourself. So it's my stone for truth and persistent, tough love and definite change. Malachite doesn't play. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't play. And so another thing I'd like to say about this stone is that it governs obviously your heart chakra. So if you have anything to do with your heart chakra that's blocking your heart, because our hearts need to be open. Your heart is not open, you don't feel connected, you feel lonely, you feel separated from the world because there's a lot of blockages. Obviously you feel angry and you feel pissed off. But when your heart chakra is opened, which means it's opened after you have removed the density in it and allowed more light to come in, then you begin to feel close to other people, connected to the world, more loving, more forgiving, because of course the darkness is gone and a lot of light is coming in, and you feel lighter and you feel so much happier and you feel so much more healed. And even the heart blockages on any ailments that you may have around your heart area can really dissipate, because when you start fixing things from the energetic level, then the physical healing can come in for your heart-related issues, any issues to do with your lungs, you know, the lungs control the breath. And if you can't breathe in life, it means there's a blockage there. So malachite controls your heart area, your lung area, if you have any respiratory problems, any issues to do with your arms or with your hands or with your thymus gland. These are all issues that you can use malachite to help to shift those energetic blockages and deal with anything related in those areas to clear those energies. Crystals for me, and malachite in particular, is a stone that will bring those things to the core. So we just have to examine what those things are, accept them, because no one wants to walk around life being sick anymore. So when you have a stone, it's not just, as I always say, it's just not beauty, it's a tool for assistance. So malachite and its green healing energy, which I must say, the green healing energy is under the governance of Archangel Raphael, the healing angel. So malachite is Mother Earth color, life color, healing color. So let's take advantage of it because it's persistent, tough love. And tough love means you being tough on yourself so you can be that healed and whole being. So that's all I have to say about malachite. Keep rocking malachite, keep wearing malachite, keep, your jewels, whatever. Malachite all the way. I'm team malachite. That's all I have to say. Thanks.
Wow, okay. Caroline, I have a question for you. What is the best combination of stones which align with the malachite for you?
I don't know. For me, I work with crystals individually, just the way they are. I don't really make combinations unless I see it intuitively. But I do the stone. I work with the stone one at a time because most of them give me specific messages of how they want to be worked with. So when I'm working with malachite, I'm not going to combine it with anything else sometimes just because Malachite wants me to do something, and I don't want to get distracted by combining stones. I have to work with the reason why Malachite is in my life, do it thoroughly and completely, and work through the process before I make any stone combinations. But you can always go by your intuition. If you feel you need combinations, that's fine.
Which is true, yes, because the malachite I read a lot of combination which I like the green because it's her chakra stone. You can combinating with the pink crystals, you know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Caroline. You know, your insights are so special and so wonderful and so informative. Thank you so much for
And your
yes.
egg has a C on it, Caroline. Your
Yeah,
You painted it on it.
it is specifically designed for me.
Yeah,
Can
did
you
you
imagine
notice
just
that?
getting with a
Yeah.
ski? And my dad
Yes. Now the next guest I'm gonna speak about malachite is Christa. Hi, Christa.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes, it's so great that you are joining us to share your point about malachite. So,
Yeah,
it's your
thank you so much.
yes.
And I just love what Caroline shared about the malachite as well, and I really agree with everything that she said. So I'm going to tell a little personal story about myself working with malachite. And this happened several years ago. I got a piece of malachite, and I had it for about a week, and I didn't work with it yet. And it was just sitting in my house, and one day I met a friend for lunch, and I was sharing with her all sorts of goals that I had and aspirations that I had and things that I really wanted to do and create in my life. And I was so excited about this. You know, I was really passionate about it. And then my friend said to me, "You want to do what? Do you think that's going to really work? And what about, you know, having enough resources to do that? And do you know how hard that's going to be?" And in that moment, because I love my friend so much and I thought she would be excited for me, in that moment my heart sank. And I could feel that through our conversation, all of this doubt was starting to infect my heart. Like, doubt to me is like a poisonous weed that if you don't catch it, it can manifest into all kinds of fears, and it can, you know, really grow and diminish self-esteem. So I left the lunch and I was walking back home and I thought, yeah, maybe my friend is right. Maybe I really can't do this. And I was going through all the reasons that she told me why what I wanted to do wouldn't work and how hard and difficult it would be. So as I was going home, more sadness and depression started to set in. And when I got home, I went to my desk where I have all my crystals laid out. And lo and behold, the malachite was getting my attention. So this little piece here, this is the only piece that I have of malachite. But when I went to go buy it, I saw that stone originally in the store and I didn't get it right away, and it called me back. I thought about that stone for a month before I went back to the store to get it. So when I came home and I looked at the malachite, it just looked brighter to me, more vibrant. That green color was glowing. And in that moment, when I was looking at the malachite, what I realized was, oh my gosh, I need to be working with this malachite to get rid of this doubt that was starting to infect me. So what I did was I took the stone and I wrote out all of the fears that I had about manifesting this goal that I wanted to do. And I wrote down all the doubts that I was having. And I took that piece of paper and I spoke my fears and my doubts to the stone. I really wanted to call another friend and talk about it, but sometimes you can't always do that. So I was really thinking to myself, well, you know what? Instead, I'm just going to talk to the stone. So I told the stone, I said, Malachite, these are my fears and doubts, and I read them on a piece of paper. And what I did next was I put the paper through the shredder just to cleanse that energy and just get rid of it because I wanted to be done with all of those fears and all of those doubts. And then I cleansed the malachite because I didn't want the malachite to pick up any of my fear and hold that in the stone. And then what I did was I took the malachite and I held it to my heart and my heart chakra and my heart center. And I closed my eyes and I just imagined that all of this beautiful, positive, loving, happy energy from the malachite was flowing into my heart chakra and filling my heart chakra. And then I imagined that beautiful green healing energy flowing into my heart. And I had this beautiful vision of my heart when it was beating. As my heart was beating, it was really sending all of that beautiful green healing energy to all the cells of my body. And I imagined that my whole body was filled with that love, that joy, and the happiness. And I really tuned into my heart center, and I asked myself a question, like, what is in my heart? Is this goal truly in alignment with my heart? And is this for my highest good? And is manifesting this goal in my best interest as well as the interest, of others and society and humanity? And the answer was yes. And I sat with that malachite and I just absorbed that energy, and it felt so good. All of that doubt and the fear just fell away from me, and what I was left with was feeling so joyful and happy, and I could really feel that connection to the goal I wanted to manifest and the connection to my heart. So then I felt really good about it. And to also comment on what Caroline said about the copper having that high frequency energy, the malachite is also really good for the solar plexus chakra to help you take action. So it's one thing to have the idea of something you want to do, but it's another thing to take action. So then I took the stone from my heart and I placed it at my solar plexus chakra, and I asked myself this other question: what action do I need to take in order to make this goal manifest? And I just sat in meditation, I sat in silence, and I just waited for the answer. And what came to me were just very small baby steps that I could take towards manifesting this goal, but it was very clear. So once I had that clarity, I started to put that thought into action, and over time, the goal actually manifested. So I loved working with the stone because it really taught me that day to really be open to my heart and to be really in alignment with what is in my heart, no matter what anyone else says. Sometimes people can be excited for us and say, yeah, that's a great idea, go for it. And some other people might be, well, like my friend was, how are you going to manifest that? And, that's going to be too hard and difficult. But sometimes when we're faced with those challenges in life, what the malachite really taught me was there's always a way to manifest something or make it happen. And when you are in alignment with it, and if it's what's in your heart and if it's for the highest good, then it will manifest. And that is a really huge lesson that I learned that day, and malachite really helped me to heal from that and really shed that doubt so I could manifest my dreams. So I'm very grateful to my friend for going through that situation, because she was a teacher for me, and I was really grateful that the malachite was getting my attention, because the malachite was also a teacher for me in that situation. So I'm very grateful to be working with that stone. And any time that I teach classes, whether it's crystal classes or other classes that I teach, I always take the malachite with me to class. And before anyone arrives in the classroom, I take the malachite and I hold it to my heart, and I ask the malachite to infuse me with beautiful energy so that I can stay in my heart and be heart-centered when I teach a class. And it really helps me to get out of ego and really reminds me to be in that center of my heart and really just channel the wisdom of what I need to teach. So this little malachite stone is my best friend for that. It goes with me to work, it goes with me to when I teach. Even making crystal videos, the malachite is always there. So it's always there in the background, even if it's not being visibly shown. And I just love this stone so much.
Wow, great insights, Christa. Wow, bravo. Wonderful. Wow, the malachite is amazing stone, and you know how it works with all of us, and we who have experience with it, we know best that the malachite is one of the best really stones into the crystal healing world. And I want to ask the girls, you girls, what kinds of malachite actually exist out there? We know that there is a polished malachite, which is like my slab. There is also fibrosis crystal malachite, and God help me. And also we know that there is a stalactite malachite. Does you of you have some?
I have a tumble now.
Yes,
Tumble?
and yes, this is the shapes of malachite we actually know, and which is great. And how do you cleanse your malachite?
In water. Well, am I supposed to put it in water? But I clean mine in water.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you cleanse it? Because we know that the malachite is a soft crystal. It easily can scratch the surface, you know, in any form. How do you cleanse it?
Well, for myself, I cleanse the malachite by doing smudging, and I usually really like to burn Palo Santo wood. I prefer the smell to sage, and I just burn it, and I ask the Palo Santo to cleanse all negative energy and unwanted energy from the malachite. And that seems for me to be a really good method. Even though I have the tumbled stone, this tumbled stone is actually quite soft, and it has ridges where it's a little bit rough. So I find that for me and my stone works the best.
Christa, do you use this? Is this what you use? The wood?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah.
I love this wood. It smells like forest.
Yeah, it's very sweet and almost earthy, kind of spicy, and it's not overly smoky either. Sometimes sage can smoke and smoke and smoke, but that one seems to be a lot better.
Yeah, I love it. Actually, I bumped into it at the little fair that I bought the hematite, the tiger iron, yeah. And it smells like forest. It smells like a campfire.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, that the malachite is best to be careful when people cleanse this crystal because of the soft surface. And I want to ask a question. What shape is best for using malachite? What is your preferences to use the stone? This is a question for everybody who wants to share. Answer this question.
I'm still trying to get into the malachite. I don't know very much. Well, now I know a lot about the malachite, but before I didn't know very much about it. I just bought it because I thought they were beautiful, but I have no clue to what to use it for. I didn't really know. I didn't know. Did you? No? Or we just had them here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, I usually prefer to use malachite into slab because it's a much bigger and which is not polished, and I prefer to use this in this way because it has really high energy, and even the smallest stone of malachite you can feel its energy, and the shape which I prefer to use it is mostly in a slab or a round shape, which is great. And like Caroline has a beautiful egg of malachite, and this is actually very preferable shape to work with. But anybody with their preferences, you know, everybody is different. Everybody can use malachite in different shapes and different purposes, and which is wonderful stone. That's why I call it the stone of the natural forces, because this stone is a really great alignment with the heart chakra, and people who needs to express their emotion, people who needs to heal physically their heart, and also it's very protective stone for me because malachite protects you and protects your aura, gets information from your aura, and align your aura to make a better protection for you, which is a wonderful stone, and I'm so happy working with it. Well, thank you all for joining this wonderful hangout. Actually, the first hangout of mine, and you all gave a wonderful stories, wonderful share, and you were all great. Thank you so much for joining me, and God bless you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you the next time, guys, and I love you all.
I love you too. It was great.
Thank you.
Great job.
Everybody.
Give yourselves a hand, everybody.